Hello, friends, and welcome to our pro-life reflections on the readings for the seventh Sunday in Year C. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? If you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? Lend expecting nothing back. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful. This gospel passage calls us to a high standard of love, set by the example of God Himself. It's particularly appropriate to think about this in reference to the pro-life efforts of God's people. In striving to restore protection to the most vulnerable members of our society, the unborn, and those whose illnesses have rendered them incapable of responding, we are in fact loving those who cannot love us back. We're doing good to those who cannot do good in return. Loving the unborn or the unresponsive necessarily requires a love that's free from the motive of looking for anything in return. Nor is that love judgmental, as many abortion supporters accuse us of being. Today's passage, "Stop judging and you will not be judged," gives us an opportunity to clarify a much abused quote of Jesus. In an age of moral relativism, some try to use this quote to defend relativism, and they want it to mean don't judge anyone for what they do because you really don't know if it's right or wrong. You have your standards, they have theirs. Who are you to say what pleases God? Well, of course, we would not be able to say what pleases God were it not for the fact that He's told us. Speaking both through reason and His revealed word, God has given us the ability to know right from wrong. In that sense, we can and we must judge the difference. What we cannot judge is the inner state of a person's soul or the motives of their heart. But if we were not able to judge the difference between right and wrong, then we wouldn't be able to say, "Do not judge." For that in itself is a judgment that judging is wrong. So, when it comes to abortion, we can and we must judge the action to be always wrong. Killing a baby is as wrong as killing a person who's walking down the street. We do not condemn the person who does either act, but rather we call them to conversion, to forgiveness. Yet neither can we ever claim ignorance that the violence they've committed is never morally tolerable for the children of God. Friends, to find pro-life reflections on the readings for all the Sundays of the year, go to preachingonabortion.com. And there you'll also find my book, Proclaiming the Message of Life.